There are some passions which are too strong to stop in front of a no. Motorsports is for rich people, Nazca. Forget it. You can't even afford a rental car. Where do you want to go? This is what they used to tell me when I was 16 years old.
And when it's like that, there's nothing you can do but accept it, take the dream, and lock it away.
But how can you accept that you can't? If when you hear the engine screaming, you get the goosebump. If when you see the car jumping on the curb, your heart starts beating. If every single night of your life you dream having that helmet on and sitting on that race car.
It was an obsession, a constant thought. I lived every day of my life knowing that my greatest passion was something I couldn't afford.
But you wanna know what's the most incredible thing about passions? Is that when they are pure, when they are authentic, they are so powerful that they can let you realize even the impossible dreams.
And so I started doing everything I could to become a racing driver. 24/7. Any job, study, adventure, experiment. All I was doing was with one single goal: to find a way to race. That impossible dream had become my obsession.
I dedicated my whole life chasing the dream of racing. Delusions, failures, mistakes. It took me 19 years of work to get here. But now, look at where I am. What would you say? Was it worth it?
I'm about to embark on an incredible adventure. One of the toughest and most competitive championships in the world, the GT4 European Series. It will not be easy. It's going to be incredibly hard. But by my side, I'll have the best rival companions that I could ever wish for. Because that is exactly what passion is like. It's contagious, it attracts and unites people, and it drives you to do impossible things. I have the incredible honor of racing for a brand that has made motorsports history, Lotus. Many of the things you see today in a Formula One car were invented by Lotus, and that same passion, I can breathe it here today. You only live once, and I chose to live doing what I love the most. And I couldn't have made a better choice. Whatever your passion is, never stop chasing it. Never stop dreaming. Never give up in the face of failure. What I want you to remember when I tell you my story is that it took me 19 years to get here. Rome wasn't built in a day, but the longer and the harder the journey, the more breathtaking the view from the top will be. So far we have used Michelin and Hankook tires on the car, and we've been very happy with the setup. Here, however, in the European Championship, we are racing with Pirelli tires, which, for this season in particular, they come with a bigger size than usual. And we haven't done any testing so far, we don't have any data, we don't know anything about them. We are discovering these tires for the first time here. For that reason, we decided to do an extra 4-hour session on Thursday to gather data and develop the setup.
Nella curva destra, quando vado sul gas, fa un sottosterzo pazzesco, nel curva sinistra no.
Dice che si comporta in modo anomalo tra la curva sinistra e la curva destra e in più tira delle legnate.
Si sente ta 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 così, nelle curve a sinistra non lo fa per niente. No, anzi lo fa anche a sinistra. Minchia, ma tira delle secche, no, ma tira delle legnate allucinanti.
Occhio che dobbiamo fermarlo qua.
Dietro che non ho mai sentito.
vedo proprio. Fermati! Fermati!
Fermo.
Ok.
Sì, bisogna capire come facciamo ad andare fuori.
Perché non credo che si assesti, capito? Il problema è che qualunque roba facciamo perdiamo tutto il turno,
Ah, damn. There is an annoying vibration at the rear and we need to go back to the tent to check it out.
Sarà un'ora di lavoro almeno. Sa che oggi la pista la guardiamo dalla tribuna.
Mi serve uno che freni. Dai, dammi la 10 a cricchettino, fissa cricchettino. Mi date una 4 brugola per favore? 4 brugola, Salvo! Salvo, preoccupati della benzina. Giù, vai giù tutto. La benzina, Salva.
They done already.
Quando salgo sul cordolo del destra, mi tira dentro un casino, ma tantissimo. Non riusciamo con la barra?
Riusciamo, ci vuole del tempo, Stefano. Ci vuole del tempo, è una cosa sempre lunga la barra.
È andato forte comunque, perché guarda che è difficile da guidare. Allora,
Non mi trovo per niente bene.
no,
È tutta troppo molle, rimbalza dappertutto, cioè.
allora, certo, ma poi siamo fermi
Anche tu eri
piantati.
impiccato.
Io ero al limite.
Minchia, io ero disperato, ho detto, mi sentivo. Cioè mi veniva voglia di prendere il campo e tornare a casa.
No, anch'io
A guardare il dashboard, anche te. I wanted to cry while driving. I mean, we changed many things in the setup, and I didn't like them. Now I didn't like the car now. But you know, maybe we just need to fine tune those things that we changed. I don't know. The other thing we don't know is the temperatures and the tires, because we are now lapping 2 seconds lower than the fastest lap. But the thing is that the fastest lap has been done with colder weather, track, and new tires. And when Stefano went in, he did a horrible lap, really ugly. He did 14.9. And now, pushing to the death, we're doing 14.6. So something's not quite right.
Most of you are used to watch motorsport from home, on TV. Some of you maybe also experience it firsthand in the virtual world, racing with driving simulators or Formula 1 games. Well, what the televisions and simulators don't tell you, and what you can't know until you experience real motorsports in real life, is the immense number of variables that you have to deal with in the real racing. We changed tires, okay? They're still round, they're still slicks. I mean, what's going to change? Everything changes. These tires are much bigger than the old ones, so we are forced to run higher than expected, and we went completely off balance. Man, 2 weeks ago in Mugello I was flying, and now I'm completely lost. You know, that's motorsports, but in general, that's how the universe works. You change one little things and everything goes off balance.
Manca 10 minuti ormai, mi sa che finisce così. Tenda Alberto, tenda.
Però è strano, perché se è stato fatto là.
Com'è il freno?
Frena, adesso frena.
Ma meglio.
Meglio.
Adesso secondo me è più veloce di prima, però.
Sì, però siamo sempre
Sì.
La sento comunque lenta e poi la sento, cioè c'è quel sotto, tipo in quel destra lunghissimo che mette sul rettilineo e non gira mai la macchina. Poi c'ha sempre il problema fastidioso che non so se è risolvibile, che a volte il volante è così, a volte così,
Sì.
a volte così. Cioè come se avessi qualcosa che ha gioco e quindi il centro a volte è così, il centro a volte è così.
Soltanto comunque dobbiamo aprire il braccio sotto per mettere più cambio.
You know, I've only been racing for a few years, but I've done more than 200 races in these last years. And so now it takes me just a second to understand when we're competitive and when we're not. This is one of the weekends where we're not.
Io comunque non abbiamo sfruttato la gomma nuova quando loro l'hanno sfruttata. Ora, il problema è che noi non l'abbiamo sfruttata probabilmente per un secondo.
Sì,
Ok?
l'altro secondo.
E l'altro secondo sono cazzi.
Keep just two things in mind. First, there are 11 different manufacturers in this championship. Lotus, McLaren, Porsche, Audi, Ford, Toyota, Ginetta, BMW, Mercedes, Alpine, Aston Martin. For the promoter, it's a huge mess trying to balance everyone's performance, especially now that the tires are different. So it's clear that with these new tires, we now need a new BOP to compensate the disadvantage that these tires cause to us. And second thing, there are people here who have been doing this championship for decades. These cars have had decades of development. And it would have been strange if we had been competitive in the first race with a 2-year-old car. We have an ace up on our sleeves. Well, in fact, we have 4 aces. Oh, that's right, I haven't introduced you yet. You know, in addition to Stefano Daste, my teammate, winner of a world championship in WTCC, and Riccardo Romanelli, an engineer with an immense experience in world-class racing, endurance, and super cool stuff, we also have great professionals with us in this European Championship. We have Greg, electronic engineer with vast racing experience. We have Louis Kerr, chief engineer in Lotus. He's been working with them for 21 years. And we have Joe Holloway, a track engineer who worked in McLaren Formula 1 and has Formula 1. Can you believe it?
Eh sì, è ora di lavorare, come sempre, adesso iniziamo.
So the good news is that we found many issues, and that's a good news because if the car was perfect, the problem would have been us, and you know, it's easier to fix the car than the driver. So, I mean, it's normal. It's normal. Is that this is the first time we use these tires? Okay, they are Pirelli, but they are different size. So, you know, different wheel, different size. We changed many things in the setup. When you add up all these things together, it's normal that as soon as you go on track, the car is a total mess. So when we put the car on the scales there, and you measure the weight on each tire, so it's impossible to have the rear and the front equal, but basically you need the 2 front tires equal and the 2 rear tires equal. There we found 50 kilos difference between the 2 rears and 26 kilos difference between the 2 fronts, and the car was something like this. That's good. That means that we have a lot of work to do, but we're competitive. And also, the good thing, from talking about myself, is that me and Stefano did the same lap time, only 20 thousandths of a second difference, so we're good. I mean, what's depressing is that when you watch the standings and you see P34, 2.4 seconds from the leader, whatever. A lot of work to do tonight.
You know, Joe said something really nice to me earlier. He said, don't look at the standings right now. Just look at where we are today and where we'll be on Sunday. That is how you judge a winning team. Sometimes you find yourself starting from behind. What truly matters is where you finish at the end of the weekend.
Sì, 5:30.
Siete andati a ballare? Tornati alle 5:30?
Sì, guarda, siamo un po' provati da questa esperienza.
Tavolo,
notturna,
discoteca.
Francese.
C'avete tutti una faccia. Dai che sono solo le 11 del mattino.
È ancora lunga.
Ancora lunga. La faccia di uno che è andato a letto presto ieri. Che ora avete fatto? 5:30. 5:30.
No, per il resto adesso col balla siamo a posto, quindi rimettiamo le stesse gomme con cui siamo andati là ieri.
Sì.
Perché non mettiamo il set nuovo per andare là.
No, no.
E così facciamo ancora un'altra verifica nelle stesse condizioni.
Bomba.
That's right, the whole team worked until 5:30 a.m. to get the car set up right. Unfortunately, it's not like on a simulator where you just click a file and you load the setup and voila. We also bought some new scales to be sure of the measurements. And you know what? They're not finished yet. Luckily, FP1 is at 5 p.m, so they have plenty of time to fix the car.
Allora, diciamo che potrebbe sorgere spontaneo chiedersi il perché la scelta di abbinare me e Alberto sulla Lotus GT4. È stato un lungo ragionamento che comunque è nato chiaramente dal lavoro che abbiamo fatto con Alberto l'anno scorso, perché Alberto comunque ha dimostrato di avere delle doti di volante molto elevate, una grandissima sensibilità, ha dimostrato anche di essere uno che di fronte ai problemi e nei problemi lavora e ti dà una grossa mano per cercare di risolverli, e questo è molto importante perché sa che comunque per ottenere un determinato risultato si debba faticare. Alla fine poi ho fatto un ragionamento ed ho pensato che fosse un pilota giusto per poter appunto affrontare questa stagione. Sappiamo benissimo che l'Emira è ancora nella fase embrionale, abbiamo fatto pochissimi chilometri, però comunque già grazie a lui mi aiutano insieme all'ingegnere Romanelli a risolvere un problema più velocemente. Chiaramente nel GT4 c'è un livello altissimo, abbiamo contro vetture che sono uguali a se stesse da 30 anni, quindi evoluzione dell'evoluzione, noi siamo arrivati con una macchina completamente nuova, però comunque abbiamo un bel pacchetto da poter sviluppare. Ciao!
Cerca di capire qual è la differenza tra l'inserimento e a centro curva, se spinge anche a centro curva o no. Ok, confermo centro curva, però con l'anteriore non esiste, peggio di ieri, il sottosterzo.
Sottosterzo assurdo.
Malissimo, peggio di ieri.
Sono bassi.
No, ma siamo completamente fuori.
Eh?
Siamo tanto fuori.
Sì, sì.
Non gira, cioè non gira proprio.
Not good. I was hoping for an improvement. I mean, I was confident about an improvement. It's even worse than yesterday. I don't understand why.
It really hurts me to tell you what I'm about to say, because the mechanics have done an incredible job, but the car still has the same monstrous understeer. I mean, it improved, but much less than I thought.
Quello che gli dava 1,5 secondi a giro al Mugello, oggi è qui e ci dà 5-8 decimi a giro. È qualcosa che non torna.
Io posso smontarle tanto. Vabbè, dagliele gomme.
So definitely front left camber's not.
Buongiorno, buonasera, ormai siamo in diretta con le nostre riprese perenni di sera.
Adesso invece stiamo facendo l'idraulica degli ammortizzatori posteriori. Come torna l'ammortizzatore con l'idraulica rifatta, rimettiamo un altro tipo di molle, rifacciamo di nuovo l'assetto e incrociamo le dita per domani. monti in un secondo con
Another night working on the car. More changes, more improvements. It's incredible the passion the mechanics put into motorsports. Because in the end, they're just like me. They do this job out of passion. And when we drivers win, often win thanks to them. Unfortunately, time is not on our side this time. FP2 is in a few hours, 8:30 on Saturday morning. We have to rush, but I also have to get some sleep at some point.
Allora, dobbiamo fare sta cosa qua. 2 vanno avanti a fare quello che c'è da fare qua.
Sì.
Ok? E 2 vengono a casa a dormire. I 2 che vengono a casa a dormire domani mattina si svegliano prima e vengono a montare gli ammortizzatori dietro.
Benissimo.
Then as you come down the pit, the car controller will say stop parallel, stop the car, kill the engine. Mandatory. Stop the car, kill the engine.
Yeah.
Not you, but some driver, first gear, take it someone's finger.
Yeah.
So always work
Engine
on the car,
off.
stop the car. Engine off, stop the car, work on the
Minchia, volante è stortissimo, ma storto da far paura. Quanti gradi sei, destra o sinistra? Sinistra, ma tantissimo, È il quarto di giro. Ok.
Ma c'è qualcosa che si schioda perché i 2 mm erano pari sia a destra che a sinistra. Non è possibile che esca fuori convergenza contemporaneamente uguale sia a sinistra che a destra.
Meglio la macchina?
Ancora non lo sa perché ha avuto ancora il problema del volante che va fuori zero.
Madonna, non gira,
So P6,
Let's see where he's at.
I mean, the track is really slow now. The leaders are lapping 2 seconds per lap slower. Maybe it's the weather conditions.
Cosa avanti con la Porsche? Cazzo, tamponato 1.
Controlliamo le pressioni. Dai un'occhiata anche al front bumper perché ha tamponato leggerissimamente qualcosa.
Allora alziamo.
No,
alziamo. Solo un'occhiata. Ok, allora io vado sotto.
Perché si svita, controlla il gancio traino.
3, 2, 1, 9. So then we know on the time, yeah? For the...
Siamo un pochettino più alti, ma veramente poco, ma ti hanno dovuto spingere leggermente indietro, per cui il cambio pilota è molto buono. Poi ne faremo un po' di prova anche in box, ma secondo me è molto meglio di ieri.
Let me see. Oh, no, there is something loose with the steering wheel. I don't know why. We never had such an issue, so in my honest opinion, there is something with these new tires. They are so big, their inertia is so big that probably something got loose in the steering box. I don't know what to do. I'll keep driving. We'll fix it after the session.
Oh Riccardo, c'è un problema allo sterzo. Me l'ha detto Stefano, si sposta, quanto sei a sinistra? Da tutte le parti. Vai con cautela, cerca di fare il giro con cautela, vediamo che cosa succede se si stabilizza. È come se avessi una zona morta immensa, non so. Lo sappiamo, dobbiamo cercare di portare a termine la sessione, vedere se il balance è migliore. Spaccato. Cosa è successo? Gas e giravuoto, no, forse... Sei fermo? Sì, non riesco a restare in box. Mi fermo a Signa. Ok. Sul cordolo si è spaccato. Ok.
Gira vuoto, cioè non c'è più trasmissione da motore a ruote.
Ok, mi stanno trainando.
Invece è proprio fermo.
Cioè il motore gira ma non
Cose perché ha rotto qualcosa della trasmissione, andare a prenderlo.
Begin to prepare to see if we have them.
Guarda, senza lo sterzo così, secondo me 13,9 lo facevo, No, ma sono convinto, ma comunque guarda, è 11° dalla P10 e onestamente vedendo anche i settori non è male, cioè si vede che la macchina è molto migliorata. Adesso abbiamo due problemi fondamentali, uno lo sterzo.
Possiamo recuperarlo alla fine della sessione.
Ah, ok.
Però è lì alla pit lane quantomeno.
li ha chiamati così.
Speriamo, perché se quello è un lavoro banale.
Ok.
Teoricamente così non dovrebbe neanche muoversi la ruota. Giusto?
Moving as fuck. You can see it.
la ruota di là.
Ah, questo?
Is moving. No, on the chassis. The chassis.
Ah, chassis.
Vai, vieni di qua.
Ok, ho capito, bracket, la fascetta. Basta, si muove la scatola guida, l'ho vista. Fine.
Non perdiamo tempo, dobbiamo rifare l'assetto, sapete quanto ci mettiamo, no? Saltano, si cordoli, la ruota gira, quando atterra, bam, ed esplode. No, non bisogna saltarsi i cordoli, non bisogna lasciare l'acceleratore quando si atterra.
Sì, sto spiegando loro come si fa.
Sta qua con noi fino alle 2 di notte però.
Visto? No, aspetta, no, io spiego poi vado a casa.
Infatti ieri abbiamo fatto i complimenti mentre mangiavamo la pizza verso le 11 e mezza. Infatti i complimenti perché è uno dei pochi ingegneri che resta col team effettivo
Grande.
sul campo gare, quindi
Che figo.
tanto di cappello.
I just want to explain you what's going on. Now, this is a mountain, okay? And on top of the mountain there is the crown of the GT4 Euro champion of the world, of the universe, whatever. We want to get there. We don't care about hanging around here. We don't care about that. Of course, we start, let's say around here. What happened in these months? We've done some races like 12 Hours Mugello, GT4 Italy. We collected data. And in order to get here, we need to develop the setup, the drive and everything to improve the car and everything and get there. What's the problem? The problem is that those data we collected were with Michelin tires, with Hankook tires, and now this is the first time that we use Pirelli tires. And on top of that, the tires that we're using now are different size. They are wider, they are bigger. And so, not only we're competing against cars that have been there for 10, 20, 30 years, which are the evolution of the evolution of the evolution, this Lotus Emira GT4 is young. It's new to the team, to the mechanics. And also, we as a team and as drivers, we are new to the championship, new to the regulations. So, with those data, we say, okay, now we develop it and we get there. So, when we got here, Pirelli tires, bigger, wider, we did not go there. We just fell off a cliff in a hole forgotten by God and whatever. Disaster. We went into the abyss. You know, it's sad when you find yourself there, but it happens. We went completely off track because those data are not working with these tires. On top of that, probably bigger tire, bigger forces on the steering and on the front, and we had some issue in the steering and we completely could not drive in this session. So we also lost precious track time, precious sessions. It happens. When you're developing something, it might happen that you choose the wrong path, but that's why it's called experience. Now we built that experience thanks to an incredible team, super experienced driver here, reverted everything and we went back here. We could not set the lap time today because of the issues. Of course, I always dreamed to start from here, but that's not how life works. You can never start from the top. And if you start from the top, you don't have the experience to stay in the top and you fall. And when you fall from high, you fall harder. We worked a lot on the car, we improved it, and now in qualifying, we just have to put everything together and see where we are. If we're here, or here, we don't know, we will see. To be honest with you, I was hoping to get here and immediately be at the front and make a great impression. Maybe too ambitious, considering that there are people here who have been racing for decades while we're still in the embryonic stage with our car. Maybe, but you know, I always shoot for the moon. I certainly didn't expect to see us beyond 30th position, you know. But that's the reality of the situation. We did everything we could. We fixed the steering problem, because with these big tires the bolts holding the steering box were coming loose. We fixed the damage, and I learned that I shouldn't jump over high curbs and land at full throttle. We changed the setup. As Joe said, don't look where we start, just look at the progress. Now we are P32. Let's see where we'll be tonight. Yeah, because now things are getting serious.
Semiasse rimontato, tripoide montato, si può ritornare.
Qualifying. This is qualifying 1. It's Stefano's turn to drive, and his results will give us our starting position for race 1.
Accendi motore.
Stefano, la pista è dichiarata bagnata, per cui quando parti dovrai accendere le luci.
Incredible. 11.5 the leader, 11.7, 11.9, 12.0. I'm curious to see now how Stefano goes.
In questo momento la pole è 11.5.
Ok, siamo in P22, quindi adesso rientro, cerca di salvare le gomme, non sporcarle, raffreddare un po'. Ti aspettiamo qua.
P22. I mean, we improved better than yesterday, better than this morning, but that's not where we hoped we were going to be. I mean, considering how fast we were in the previous races in Mugello, there's a lot of work to do.
Sì? Sì, gira. Devi stare attento nel cambio di direzione perché ti parte sopra adesso.
Ah, è tanto reattiva?
Sì, davanti gira tantissimo, probabilmente bisognerebbe andare con un po' più di barra davanti indurita, forse un po' meno rake.
Okay.
Io ho fatto 2 cagate nel mio giro buono, vabbè. 3 errori del cazzo, 2 che non mi ha cambiato la marcia, ma sono stato lì, fia, 2 decimi. Fia, un nervoso, volevo... È che la macchina si è stravolta molto, è cambiata tanto, sì, è cambiata tantissimo. Fia, abbiamo fatto 13, io ho fatto 13.8, adesso vediamo cosa fa lui.
What are those long phases? That was the first thing that Joe and Louis said when they entered the tent after qualifying. Yeah, Stefan and I were a bit down, but you know, it's understandable. On the one hand, you have a world champion, and on the other hand, you have a driver who, yes, races in national trophies, but is still almost always on the podium, and who, after pushing like crazy, start in P22. Yeah, it's true, it's hard to swallow, but damn it, don't look at where you start, look at where you will finish. We got here in Paul Ricard in P34, and now we're P22. We improved by 1 second, and that's exactly what we need to focus on, the progress. Rome wasn't built in a day. Imagine what you can do in just 3 free practice sessions. This is the reality. We are in one of the most competitive championships in the world. You have to earn the P1 by spitting blood. And we are ready to spit it.
Guys, this is it. Race 1. You've seen the qualifying, you know how it went. Not as we expected, but you know, we're talking about cars, Siemens drivers that have been racing with these same cars for 10, 20 years, and we saw them in qualifying. They know every single detail of how to extract every tiny bit of performance from these cars. And that makes me also confident because, you know, when you're talking about qualifying, it's really about extracting the best of the tire. But you know, you can make 1 lap, 2 laps like that. But then the race pace is something different. We have a world champion inside the car, and so I'm pretty confident that the race pace might be something different. Now, there's nothing left to say apart from let's do our best and let's see how it goes.
Ok, ci siamo, ci siamo.
Andiamo, allora buon GT4 a tutti ragazzi, inizia adesso la gara con Steele e Gilbert che arrivano nella prima parte della curva con le vetture che si aprono a ventaglio e...
Guarda che attacca, guarda che attacca. L'ha passato. Voi avete modo di sapere quanti track limits abbiamo accumulato?
Ok, 10 minuti di gara, i 20.
Immagini invece che vanno a cercare adesso la situazione dove Dust si trova sicuramente impelegato in quella che è una battaglia con Cartel e Millar. Intanto pit window aperta e già subito doppio pit.
Ok Stefano, la finestra per i pit è aperta, possiamo fare il pit al prossimo giro. Pit al prossimo giro, conferma. Ok, confermo.
Avviso quando mi fa 3-2 minuti, avviso, magari stai già un
Sta con la radio, eh? Ok, engine off, ricordati engine off.
There we go, my first European GT4 race. Now, you probably thought, oh my god, that was an unsafe release because I started before he lifted the lollipop, but I was looking at the mirror, so everything was under control. I have to focus on what Joe told me. This tire carcass is really soft, so I must not drive like I always drive by forcing the car to rotate. No, I have to be gentle and progressive with the steer, and especially I have to manage the tire, because otherwise it will drop at the end of the race. I forgot to tell you one thing about this championship. There are 3 classes. We have silver, which are those cars with both drivers with silver or higher grade. Then we have Pro AM, those cars with a silver and a bronze driver, like me and Stefano D'Aste, I'm bronze. And we have the AM, those cars with both bronze drivers. Now, considering on how the weekend started, we have to focus on Pro AM now and try to do our best in that class. How do I recognize the Pro AM drivers? Easy, there is a big sticker on the rear bumper of the car. Oh, this is a Pro AM. I think it's a car that exited the pit before me. Oh, he couldn't do this corner flat. I could do it. So this is going to be an easy overtake. At the end of the straight, I had just to brake at the right spot. 150 meters. Boom! Easy one. Come on, come on. Let's go.
Ho passato Bram. Che posizione sono? P26, P26. Com'è la macchina? La macchina a posto, ma perché abbiamo perso così tante posizioni? Delta tempo sul pit, siamo stati abbastanza accurati, adesso ti dico...
And watch out, this is an AM car. I don't know if it's in my same lap or he's a lapped car or he just did a faster pit stop than us. Anyway, I see a car, I overtake it. I don't care about the class. Boom! Look at the train of cars in front of me. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ma abbiamo perso posizione anche nella Pro Am? Una posizione.
Another AM in front of me. I don't think they're lapped cars because they're not going that slow to be already lapped. So maybe we messed up something in the pit stop. I don't know. Anyway, let's try to get a wider entry, cross the line in the exit. Oh my god, I didn't have a good exit. Anyway, let's try to take the slipstream. I'm getting closer now, so maybe... Yeah, you know, these are the differences between every car. Now let's try to brake hard in turn 1. 110 meters, boom, another one out. Yeah, I think, you know, different cars have different gearbox ratios, different speeds, you know, everything is different here.
Passato un altro.
Oh, someone is already struggling with the tires. Yeah, you know, if you don't manage them, they drop and you find yourself driving difficultly. Look at this. He went off. He slowed down on the straight so I can try to overtake this car as well. I think he was a silver, the blue Porsche on my right. Now, I passed him. I have to defend the inside line in the braking. Boom! Let's go. Now, the car in front of me is a silver, so there's no point in gaining that position, but he's slowing me down, so I definitely have to pass him. We are entering now, seeing the fastest corner of the track. Look at this, look at how closer I get to the car in front of me. I have more speed there in that corner, more confidence, but I lose in every corner exit. I don't know why. Just look at this, I didn't mean that corner, just look at the next one, the right hairpin, look at this. We downshift to first, I have a better line, I'm trying to cross the line in the exit, and look at that, I completely lose the car in front of me.
Perdiamo un po' di coppia nelle cambiate, sono lenti gli upshift, prima, seconda e terza.
L'ha detto anche Stefano. Comunque siamo P24 e P8 in classe. Non forzarla troppo, altrimenti andiamo un po' più in difficoltà verso la fine.
Sì, va bene.
I have a better pace, but I cannot overtake him. Look at this. Now, I'm faster in this corner, okay? Just look at this corner exit. I have a much better line, flat out in first gear. And I lose. I should have passed him with that line, but I lose. Look at this. I'm losing. You know, the engineers might have looked at the data, but I don't know what to do right now.
Che posizione siamo di classe? P8.
Oh, I see some fights down there. Just look at this. I'm entering scene. I see 4 cars fighting now. This is going to be my chance to overtake some of them. Oh, there is an AM car. The red car on the left. So, the silver overtook him, I go in the inside, I hope he saw me. Ooh! He almost crashed into me, man.
Siamo a 1.7 dalla posizione 7, 1 secondo e 7 dalla posizione 7.
Non riesco a passarli. Sono fermi, raga, sto perdendo tantissimo.
Oi, this is a 4 cars fight. I see them struggling maybe with the tires. I saw them side by side entering this fast corner. I did it flat out. They did not. Look at this. They are 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide, guys. I can't believe it. In the inside, I overtook 2 of them and now it's just me and you. Me and you. It's just about the car, the brakes, the latest. This is going to be my move. In the inside. Oh! What did I do?
Passa di 3 staccata. Secchia! 3 staccata. Mamma mia.
Dai.
Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Let's watch it again.
Ci sono ancora 16 minuti di gara, la macchina che hai davanti è 1.7 secondi più lenta di te, continua con questo passo.
Vai che li vado a prendere, cazzo.
Man, that was so good, that overtake. This is exactly the tire management that I was talking about. The tire is starting to drop considerably, and this is the good part for me. I mean, I love it when there is no grip. I'm used to it. I'm used to driving cars with totally no grip, totally unstable and undrivable. This is my world.
La BMW che hai davanti è P6 di classe.
Come on, he's a Pro AM. These are all very important points that I can score. Look at this. Much better exit in this corner, and compared to the BMW, we have a good traction. It's just the Porsches that are uncatchable. Look at this now. He's struggling with the tires. I am not. I am really confident with low grip. And look at this. I can take all the slips around the straight. He tries to cover the inside, but my speed is too much higher. And I just have to finalize the overtake in this braking. A little pump to the brakes because the pads go away. And boom! Let's go.
Quello che ho davanti è Pro-Am o Silver?
Silver, quello davanti è Silver.
C'ho speranza di andare a prendere un Pro-Am?
Sono 8 secondi punto 2. Guardo gli intertempi ma penso di no. 11 minuti alla fine. 6 a 9 secondi, mancano 9 minuti e gli hai recuperato 8 decimi. Secondo me non c'è possibilità, direi, di evita i cordoli.
Ok, allora preservo la macchina.
Sei a 3 secondi dalla P5, 3 secondi alla P5, quella che hai davanti è una Porsche Pro-Am. Stanno salendo con il passo, quindi proviamoci.
Quanti giri mancano alla fine? Dimmi solo il numero.
3.
Come on, there's another Pro AM in front of me. He's struggling a lot with the tires. This is my chance. I can catch him and gain another position. Oh! Man, look at that! A huge marble hit my windshield and it completely broke the glass. Come on. That's so expensive, the glass. Come on. Anyway, we'll think about the damage after the race. I can try to overtake him now in this corner. Ooh, he closed the door on me, so I prefer to lift and wait for a better chance to overtake. Man.
Figa, bandiera gialla, non posso passarlo. Ah sì.
Ti vediamo.
Yellow flag now. I cannot overtake him now. I see the car spawn on the gravel, so I lift the throttle to show that I lifted, and then flat out in the exit. Much faster in the corner exit. Green flag right now. I can finalize the overtake now. I have to brake hard if I want to overtake this Porsche. Now, on the braking zone. Boom! That's how you brake. That's how you move in the inside.
Passate un'altra prova davanti, dai che la piglio.
Sì, hai il passo per farlo,
Cosa ha preso? Quanti ci mancano? 1 o 2?
1 minuto e 13 alla fine.
Non ho capito, 1 o 2 ci rimancano?
2.
That's good. I'm struggling to listen to the engineer. I don't know why the volume is low. There's another thing we need to fix before the next race. Now, let's focus on the orange car in front of me. He's going really slow now in these corners. I think he's struggling with the balance of the tires. Now, look at this. He's struggling in the exit, so I had a much better exit. Where did you go? In the inside? Okay, I go in the outside, in the braking zone. Boom! Come on, guys.
Passata anche questa.
Ok, non rimane più nient'altro. Ok, P4 di classe, P18 overall. Bravo, è il massimo che si poteva fare.
Sì. Cazzo se mi sono divertito, raga, mamma mia che godere.
Mamma mia, what a race! Wow! Not bad for a European Championship, right? How many cars did it overtake? I just lost the count. I don't know, but I can only tell you that it was super fun. Of course, as I already told you, I didn't expect to have to fight for these positions, but as someone taught me, just look at where we started on Thursday, P34, and look at where we finished today, P18. Despite losing a lot of time in the pits. It's the first race for all of us, for the whole team, and we almost made it into the podium in our class. We can be proud of the start.
Bello street, regolare.
Che divertimento, raga. Passavo tutti, cazzo.
Questo mi piace.
Madonna. Bene.
Anche Stefano è soddisfatto.
Sì,
È dentro.
Gran lavoro.
Minchia, raga.
Grande.
Che gara.
Abbiamo fatto un lavoro pazzesco.
Da 26esimo a P18, 16, non so.
Sono
passati un botto.
Sì, sì.
Well, I would love to end this video like that. But unfortunately, I have some bad news for you. One of those things that I hate about the sport, which is track limits. Yeah, Stefano had 5 in his stints because he was in the middle of the chaos. And unfortunately, my engineer didn't know that and didn't warn me. The problem is that from the 6 track limits onwards, every track limit is a 5-second penalty. I did 2 unnecessary ones, which I could have avoided if I knew we were already at 5, so we got a 10 seconds penalty. We finished P21 overall, but unfortunately we finished 6th in class instead of 4th. And that's bad for the points. What a bummer. But you know, it's all part of the experience we're gaining. This, my dear friends, was my first European race in GT4. I learned a lot, we learned a lot, but the weekend is definitely not over yet. We're far from it, because we're only halfway there. Oh yeah, guys, you still have to see the second part. My qualifying, then you will see the show of the GT3 racing in the evening, and then I will show you the second race. I'll just give you one little spoiler. Slick tires on wet. Ooh, lovely.